Find your music, what brings you here, that kind of stuff.
Okay, perfect.
Happy with that?
Yeah.
What should we talk about?
Whatever you want. I just wanted to have a little bit of a heads up.
Yeah,
If there's any crazy curveball questions.
well, there might be, but I'm not going to let you know them.
Yeah.
So we are live. We're in the Queen's Head in Hawick, in the borders of Scotland.
Hawick. Not Hawick, like it would actually be pronounced.
It's not phonetically. Best one I ever had was with an American called John Sigers, who was in Dumbarton, and he said, "Well, it's really nice to be here in Dumbarton."
I was down south in England, and I kept pronouncing Durham. Durham.
You got it close now, yes.
Yeah, Durham, and everybody's like, "What are you talking about?"
So, how long have you been residing in the British Isles and West?
I've been here since the end of August.
Cool.
Is whenever I officially got here with my visa. Oh, let me.
No, that's me just doing the microphone.
I got here with my visa officially at the end of August. So I've been passing through England a lot, touring with a few different bands, but then moving here didn't happen until then. So.
And Florida is your
Florida's home. Yeah.
Home. So I would imagine, is it for music that you moved, or is it?
Actually, no, it's family.
It's both.
Yeah. I moved here for music's just a byproduct. I had to kind of leave a little bit of my career back in the States.
Yeah.
But my wife is British.
Yeah.
And so we came over here to.
That's why we went to Memphis as the Tumtree Hall song.
Yeah, it's just to do the family thing. She wanted our son to be kind of closer to her family.
So, nice.
Yeah.
Very nice. So it gives you an opportunity to spread the music of your homeland as well. That's part of it.
Yeah.
Tell us a bit about the aforementioned career, because you've played with a lot of fine.
Most notable is a lot of the Allman Brothers lineage style stuff. I did 2 records with Melody Trucks, who was Butch Trucks, the drummer of the Allman Brothers. It's his daughter. So I did 2 records with her, but I've had a lot of the Allman Brothers family as well as members.
Yeah.
I've spent many years on and off stage with those guys. And
a lot of session work.
A lot of session work.
A lot of live work.
So right now, best guess, I'm not exactly even sure, but I think I'm on 33 or 34 records.
Right.
As a session guy. Multiple instruments.
Yeah.
Live work, I've been actively playing live and touring for almost 20 years. Back home, we're definitely used to a more active schedule, so a lot of that's been upwards of 300 to 350 shows a year. So definitely slowed down a little bit here, which I'm not mad about.
I think it probably has slowed down across the board.
It has, definitely since post-COVID.
Yeah.
I know in the States, tours are definitely starting to get more active now. But, doing that many shows a year, you're on the road, you're playing locally, playing them. I would play in my local pub every week until I was on the road.
So where are you based out of?
Now?
Yeah.
I live just outside of Newcastle.
You're going to be all right. You're going to be much in demand around Newcastle.
And it's already kind of starting to grow. Yeah. Actively, I'm playing about 4 nights a week now.
Right. But you're going to pick up a lot of session work, and there'll be bands that are looking to use yours.
Yeah, I'm hoping so. I've definitely pick up quite a few students here.
Yeah.
I already have 3 students actively.
All right, so you're teaching.
Yeah. It wasn't something that I did a lot back in the States.
Yeah.
Mainly because I didn't have time.
Yeah.
But now it's been way more active about having more time. So I have 1 lap steel student and 2 guitar students.
So that brings me on to the next question. And there's a Weisenberg over there. I can see that. But it is kind of, from what I can gather from the little research that I have done, it is slide guitar lap steel that is your forte, isn't it?
Guitar's probably. Guitar came first.
Yeah.
The career took off because of the lap steel.
You're right. Okay.
So all throughout my teens, I played guitar. Into my early 20s, ironically, I started playing the lap instrument because in my early 20s, I used to take guitar lessons, learning round neck slide, traditional slide, and I was horrible at it. And just went to a friend of mine's house one day, and I was about 20 years old, and he had a lap steel, vintage lap steel, sitting in the corner, and I picked it up, and just all of a sudden, all the stuff from lessons, it clicked. Yeah. Like, it was just like, oh wow, this is it. Yeah. And so that kind of is what started it off. I really started gigging actively with the lap steel probably around 25. Yeah. And then around 30, when like really some money and some success started to really happen with my career, I was always getting picked up by bands to play this, you know. So most of my touring situations from 30 onwards is all been because of the lap steel. You know, guitar players dime a dozen.
And the mandolins come in now as well.
Yeah. So I play guitar, square neck instruments, so lap steel, Weissenborn, square neck, resonator, or dobro. I play mandolin, I play banjo, bass. My very first instrument was actually piano. Really? So,
okay, well, we're going to ask you to play a bit of that for us, if you don't mind. But just before we do, there will be some people that won't recognize the instrument. So a little bit of background on the instrument.
So they're called Weissenborn.
Yeah. Which strikes me as Nordic.
It's actually Hawaiian.
Right.
Right. So they kind of come from the Hawaiian culture. They are they're pre lap steel, which if you want to get into a little bit of history, lap steel came to be because, you know, in the 20s in the States was around the time, the 1920s is around the time that actively people could go visit Hawaii for the first time. Okay. So in the 20s, we had the Hawaiian music boom in the United States, specifically in the California area. Yeah. So that's when this instrument got brought back over into the States. See. And then eventually became the lap steel, which a lot of people don't realize the electric lap steel.
And then that electrified.
Yeah, electric lap steel predates the electric guitar by almost 15 years. Yeah. And then it kind of birthed from that. And then later on, in the mid 50s is when the pedal steel came to be, which is a very popular instrument in Nashville. But they're all kind of, the domino effect of like how they got there kind of thing. Cool. So essentially, for people who know what a lap steel is, this is just an acoustic. It's like comparing an acoustic guitar to an electric guitar. This is the acoustic version. The one of the interesting facts about these is the neck is all hollow. Yeah. So
that's all part of the resonator.
Right. So that's what gives it that just like really big sound for being such a thin body. Is because that neck and also that really deepness of that sound. You get a lot of bottom end to it. So it's hollow up until about the second or third fret, I think. They're great instruments. I picked this one up here in England.
We're in Scotland.
Actually, we're in Scotland, aren't we? I picked it up in England. It's been a great instrument. I've really enjoyed this particular one. I have several of them back in the States still. Getting all my gear over here has turned into a bit of an issue. So it's like a slow process. It's been a great instrument. I've really enjoyed this particular one. I have several.
You know, just as well I did check it because sound is okay, but you seem to be lying on your side, so I'm going to turn the camera around that way. I do apologise for that. Thanks for joining us, guys. I'm talking to West Brook.
West Brook, yeah.
West Brook. Americans got funny names.
No, I think you guys have funny names. This is funny. And I get asked about my accent all the time, and my immediate comeback joke is, I don't have an accent. Y'all have an accent.
Y'all.
Yeah, y'all. That's like one of my favorite words. So.
Yeah, me too. Well, it's a joy to be here. I've just found a little bit in the sound check, and it's going to be right down my street. So I know I'm going to enjoy it tonight. Anyway,
good.
Would you give us a quick blast on the?
Yeah.
And thanks for doing this, Wes. It's a joy to meet you.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for having me.
Not at all.
And the fact that anybody wants to listen to me talk is amazing. So,
So we're going to get some of that. We're going to get some. There's a Telecaster all wired up down there.
yeah, it's a Fender American Acoustasonic.
Nice.
So acoustic / electric
Nice.
guitar. Yeah.
I'm going to enjoy this.
Yeah, another instrument I picked up when I got over here.
So for those that are viewing, please tell us where to find your music and the best place to get in touch with.
So music's always been a hard subject because I do have, if you go to Spotify and you type in West Brook slide guitar,
Right.
there is a playlist that should come up.
And that's people you've played
Right,
with.
right. And it's right now I think there's about 15, 16 different records
Wonderful.
of some of the people I've been with. Melody Trucks Band is always one of the go-to ones to check out. Firewater Tent Revival out of Jacksonville, Florida.
Yeah.
Will Erickson out of Nashville. You can check a lot of those out for some of the records. I, ironically and sad to say, I haven't put out a personal record in almost a decade.
Well, maybe this is your chance to fix it.
Yeah. So I think I got to do that again. Right. So, and the personal records that I have put out are no longer available on Spotify and stuff like that. So now it's all what everybody else has done.
You've got a Bonnie website, and people can catch you there.
You can check out if you go to westbrookguitar.com.
Yeah.
That is my website for lessons and session work.
Yeah.
If anybody out there wants to hire me for that. And then any social media, if you just get Westbrook Slide Guitar, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok.
Yeah.
Pretty much any social media I can whore myself out on. So
what a joy. It's lovely to be here. We're in Hawick. We're at the Queen's Head. Anybody that is in striking distance tonight, there's not even a ticket price. You can walk in off the street.
Yeah.
Catch the whole
it's
show.
such a great little place.
It's a great pub.
A little bit of a scary drive here, but
that drive is.
I'm not used to those roads.
Yeah, so. You're heading back after.
Yeah, I'll be driving back to Newcastle when I leave here.
Well, thanks for making the effort. It's a delight to hopefully catch you up sometime down the road as well. Thanks, guys. Check out West Brook at your leisure, and I'll be able to broadcast 1 or 2 songs from there.
Perfect. Absolutely.
Let's do that later, guys. Just on the page you're viewing, you'll catch us a bit later on. Thank you. That's us. We're out of here. Let's go and play some music, Wes.
Yeah.